What is up, you bushy boys and girls? Back at it again with another dang bushy fitness vid. The Cut to 160 series number 3, and holy crap, I've made a good progression of my weight loss, losing 3.4 pounds. And the scale said 166.4. Like, holy moly. That's about 10 pounds down from when I started this series, or at least the peak weight after my bodybuilding show, because yeah, the big reason I'm doing this is because when I want to compete again, I want to have a lower base for my maintenance. That way my body fat is lower and I can be more show ready. Yeah, before I keep rambling, don't forget to follow the TikTok, Instagram, MacBook Editor Bush. Yeah, he's been doing his thing, so I definitely trust him to put it up there this time. Nothing's been crazy. I think I've been showing most of my meals, mostly what I've been eating, but Mary has found a TikTok recipe for some mini pizzas. That's been pretty nice compared to, like, you know, the normal meat and side of cute potatoes, which I love, but it's good to mix it up. And yeah, those pizzas, by the way, they're made with cottage cheese. Yeah, it's pretty incredible, but not my recipe. Been biking more too, been on a streak like 3-4 days. It's been like 15-minute bike rides because it's been nicer outside, and yeah, I feel like that is definitely helping my weight loss along with having some fun getting outside, because I don't get outside a whole ton, and I feel like that's important for your vitamin D. So there is no exact date for this 160 pounds. And yeah, now that we've lost like 10, weight loss, as you may or may not know, definitely gets harder, because the beginning part is really easy, and then yeah, now we're kind of at this middle phase where we can't just keep doing what we're doing. We gotta add stuff like that biking cardio. I have a very active job. I get about 13,000 steps per day, which, you know, that normal goal of 10,000 is ideal. You know, baseline I'd say 8,000, then 12,000 plus. You know, averaging that every single day, I would say, is kind of the elite status. I don't really have a whole bunch of video clips and stuff to show you, but here are some pictures of my physique I believe I took last week. But yeah, I'm pleased with how it looks, especially like you can really see the detail around my shoulders, my shoulder ears. Obviously storing most of that fat in the gut, the midsection, because bushy males tend to store more of their fat there, and then women in their hips and thighs. We're just built different. The training split has stayed the same too, hitting my chest and back twice a week, having a dedicated arm day and dedicated shoulder day kind of in the middle. And then yeah, Saturday, when I have the most energy, is my leg days, because I lift at dang 4 in the morning, so it's not exactly the best idea because you're not as hydrated. Obviously, you don't have as many, you know, meals in your bushy belly. That's just what works with my schedule. I guess for like posing, it is a benefit because I am dehydrated, and that way I can see more definition. But obviously, I'm not, you know, ready to contest shape yet. So maybe like June or July, when I can consistently reach that 160. You know, reaching it once is one thing, but staying at that same weight, like this 166.6 or 4, because yeah, I was 0.4 today. It's been like right there. I swear I had like 5 or 6 days in a row where it was just those two weights. And tracking my food the best I can, you know, Friday nights, having a nice meal, you know, probably eating a little too much calories. See, I'll show, I finished off these candies last night. Honestly, I don't really eat candy that often. I use a lot of sweeteners, kind of to combat that, but it is not a foolproof method. Obviously, you know, everyone is different. It's just what works for the old bush. Now, I even put it on fruit too, and like yogurt that's already sweet. I'm kind of crazy. But basically, if you're burning more calories than you consume, that is no problem. I'd say for like a steady cut, find your maintenance. I'd say mine is 2,800, and then yeah, 200 or 300 down, I would say, is a steady weight loss, and then 500 is more of an aggressive cut. I know people suggest 500 below your maintenance quite often, but if you cut too fast, you are going to lose some of your muscle, you know, because you're not going to have as much energy for the dang gym to make those muscle gains. And that is kind of the whole point, right? Also, when you're done and you can finally get more calories, yeah, kind of like the weight rebound, because I got all the way down to like 140 something pounds. I think my last weigh-in was like a week before the competition with like men's physique. You don't have a specific weight cap, but I was just curious of where I was at. So I'd say just like 142 to be nice. Muscle mass, I mean. Yeah, I definitely got to make improvements. Just keeping on staying consistent. I know that was like, I know it was like the judge's biggest feedback was muscle maturity. So yeah, basically the bush, got to keep on grinding. But the new bush, the beginner bush, you're going to have newbie gains. It's going to make lifting and building muscle just that much easier. It's pretty fun. You'll have a first, you know, half year to year where you're just progressing on every single thing, like 5-10 pounds every session. But I use bodybuilding now as kind of a filler since I don't play sports anymore, and that way I can focus on my health because, you know, as the kind of cringe saying goes, health is wealth. Well, that's it for the video, bushy boys and girls. Just talking about myself, the old bush. I'm not trying to be selfish, but it is kind of my cut to 160. No, mind, do I have a jawline? No, not yet. Then we're going to bulk to 160 kilograms. Don't forget to follow TikTok, Instagram again. Bush does not get paid enough to put that there twice. No way in freaking sheep. So anyways, guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. I'll see you bushes later.